Mondy,
Hey,
here we are, man. It is that time of the year. We are a little late technically, but god damn it, life has happened. So here we are. You're
life
getting
is
it when you're
happening.
getting it, guys. Uh
Life will find a
it
way.
yes. Okay. Mid-year review update. It's time. We're gonna talk about the best movies, the best TV shows, the worst TV shows, all the bad bitches. Yeah, I said it. And everything in between, okay? There's a lot of things to discuss. But before we get started, make sure you guys like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the Current Era Pod. All right, Monty, let's get it in, man. Got a lot to
Let's
discuss.
do it. Let's do it, baby. 2024 mid-year recap. We're gonna pop it off with the big one. Top 10 movies of the year. My friend, you can go first.
Okay.
Let's get it.
All right. So just disclaimer on anything that I say, everything has been completed. There is going to be nothing that is in progress on my list. So that counts House of the Dragon, that counts My Hero Academia, that counts
The
other shows that
boys.
are ongoing. The Boys, yes.
Yeah.
I am not going to talk about it at all. So don't fucking come for me like, why did you talk about House of the Dragon? Shut the fuck up. It's not done, so I'm not going to review it. Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. Number
We all know
10.
it's number one.
Is it? Is it? Mhm. Yeah, it is. Okay, okay, okay.
Check
All
out
right,
this.
number 10 for films. We're talking about films right now. These are the best films that I've seen since January 1 of 2024. Migration. Now, Migration came out last December, but I didn't see it until January, so it counts for me. God damn it. This is just a cute little film. It's nothing major or spectacular, but I had more fun with this than I did with other films, which we're gonna fucking talk about. Don't worry.
We
And
love to have fun, guys.
nothing but fun.
Nothing but
um,
fun.
Shout out to Camille Nanjiani playing the lead. I literally didn't recognize his voice for like half of the movie, and I was like, wait a minute. Is that fucking Camille Nanjiani? Like, is that? Okay, cool. Shout out to Aquafina for just being hilarious in everything that she's in. As soon as she came on the screen, her character anyway, the movie was instantly better. Now, number 9, we're going to talk about the Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc film. So this film only covers the first 3 episodes, I believe, but it was still good enough and warranted enough to be that film that Youthful Table likes to put out before every season of Demon Slayer. So really enjoyed it. Number 8 is American Fiction, also something that came out in December, but I did not see it until January. Really great performances, really interesting plot. I honestly, I didn't like love this as much as other people did, but I still think that it was a really good, solid film. Number 7 is Civil War, another film, A24, that I didn't necessarily love when I walked out of the theater, but I will say that it was very impactful. It had some very interesting scenes and some scenes that you typically don't see at a movie theater, dealing with war and just real shit like what actually happens in these situations. Number 6 is Monkey Man, a film that I know you were very excited for earlier this year. I was too. I just didn't have the same level of excitement, but I ended up enjoying this movie, even though I was a little disappointed because I thought that it was going to be one of the best movies of the year. And honestly, when we review films at the end of the year, I don't think that this is going to be in my top 10. But as it stands right now, I think that this movie is good enough to make the list. It still has a really good third act, and Dev Patel gives it his all in the director and the lead role. So, number 5, my name is Regina George.
I believe this is your top five.
Mean Girls the musical, man. Again, this film may not be in my top 10 once everything is all said and done, but as it stands right now, this is one of the best times I've had the movie theater all fucking year, bitch. I was in there like, okay, this is a vibe. Yeah, I fucking love this movie. And shout out to Renee Rapp, baby. We're gonna talk about you a little later too, even though you like women. Number 4, Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. This movie gave me exactly what I wanted. I came to see, and I came to see Kong adopt a family, which he did. So great. Number 3, Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Reggie, bitch. Let's move on. Number 2, The Beekeeper. It's a fucking megalodon. It's not, but it is.
Protect the hive.
And number 1. Dude, Dune Part 2. My name is Paul Jabbar Kadeem Atreides.
Oh man.
Yeah, That's my shit, man. That's my shit. The best movie I've seen all year. Just the absolute fucking epic. So many amazing actors. So much aura, as the kids love to say. This shit right here was fucking lit. Give me your top 10, Monty.
Yes, definitely an aura fest. Not an aura fist. That's another conversation.
All right.
Number 10, I hate it. All right. Number 10 of my top 10 guys is Hitman. This is the Richard Linklater film on Netflix, starring Glenn Powell, the new It Boy in Hollywood. It seems like just a really good movie, man, for a Netflix original. Really had that classic filmmaking style, which I really love. Number 9 for me is Civil War, as Julian stated. A lot of just visceral stuff going on there. That third act was insane. And yeah, just heart pounding stuff there. Number 8 for me is going to be Musica, which is I believe a Prime Video exclusive. This is from the Vine, the guy that was on Vine, Rudy Mancuso. You guys probably recognize him if you see his face. Like Monkey Man for Dev Patel, this was a passion project for him. I went into this movie expecting nothing, to be honest, which is what I love to do. And it's always the best feeling when you get a great experience out of it. You know, you could tell this is it meant a lot to him, and it just ended up being a really, really great movie with one of the best transition shots I've ever seen in film history, which is crazy from this kind of movie. Number 7, I Saw the TV Glow. This is a film I would never recommend to anybody, but the ones that get it, get it.
Justice Smith returns.
Justice Smith returns. It's just, man, this movie is it'll leave you feeling something. I promise you, whether you like it or love it. At least you will leave feeling something watching this movie. Number 6 is going to be, where am I? Thelma, a more recent release. This is if John Wick was a grandma. Just a sweet, endearing movie. Absolutely loved it. Number 5 for me is Monkey Man, as Julian stated, Dev Patel passion project. Really, really great stuff here. Number 4 for me is going to be Origin. This is a movie that was released earlier this year. Ava DuVernay. It really explores the origins of racism, which is a pretty heavy topic. It can get kind of preachy at times, but at the end of the day, I felt like I left learning something and felt informative and impactful as well. Number 3. Top 3. Now, these top 3 films is a big jump from my 4 to 3. These top 3 I consider will definitely be in my top 10 by the end of the year for sure. They are locked in. The Bike Riders at number 3 was just damn near perfect movie for me.
Already on streaming, by the way, guys.
Really?
It is. It's already on streaming. I'm going to watch it tonight, actually.
That's another conversation we'll have later. The Challengers is number 2 for me. Zendaya. Love Me a Good Love Triangle. Excellent film on every single level, technicality, everything.
Nobody ever.
And number 1, as Julian stated, my name is Paul Madib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis, Dune Part 2.
Under the sea.
I just love me a good epic, man. I love me a good epic. I haven't felt this kind of scale in a movie since like Lord of the Rings. So yeah, it's really good stuff here. Let's move on to our top 10 shows of the year. If you even have 10, please give them to me.
You can go ahead and go first, Monty, since I went first on the last list. Let's sneak it around, sure. As you love to do.
All right, love a good snake. Pause. Number 10, chill out. Number 10 is The Bear season 3. This might disappoint some people. I know The Bear is coveted as like one of the best shows of all time. I really just felt it just felt redundant. It's getting, but it's still obviously just a brilliantly, technically great show. But at the same time, I value other things in shows. Number 9 for me is going to be Echo, which Julian is probably going to hate me for that.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's number 9. I mean, I've only watched 15 shows, so I have my 10 in my top 10 and my 5 in my bottom. So it made it out of technicality. I didn't hate it. I didn't, but I will say this: it has not stuck with me at all. But I remember enjoying it for what it was.
Okay.
Number 8. No, number 8 is Fallout, a surprise show for me. I'm pretty sure people might have this a little bit higher, but I think it's a really, really good show. I really invested in its world. I want to see season 2. I like anytime a show can get me to go ahead and do like other research, like I went and watched gameplay, like you've done your job. So yeah. Number 7 for me is going to be Grownish season 6. This is the finale of the show. I'm the only person on earth that watches Grownish, and that's okay. It ended in a semi-satisfying way, but I just miss shows like this, man. Just black kids in college having fun. So love that kind of stuff. Number 6 for me is going to be X-Men 97. Just as
6.
6. But my top 5 are all really, really great though. But a really, really great return to form. I didn't think the show would even be this good, to be honest. And so to come back and have basically feel like it's so fluid in its continuity was just this is an achievement in animation and television filmmaking, in my opinion. Now, top 5, these are all now pretty strong 5 for me personally. Number 5 is Supercell.
Get the
Man's on the
fuck. Oh my god.
man's on
You
the up
bumped
block, but
X-Men
we can't
97 for
see.
Supercell?
Hey man, man's on the up block, but we can't see no up. Tell them six of
Okay.
pussy we outside.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, Supercell, man, it was just a really, really surprise for me. I know Julian hates it, but I enjoyed the show. Number 4, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Donald Glover. Um, yeah, he's returning to form as well. Has that Atlanta style, but different enough and more accessible for the masses, in my opinion. Great chemistry between the two leads. Donald Glover's team just will always make great work, and so this is another addition to that. Number 3 for me is Invincible season 2. I'm pretty sure a lot of X-Men 97 fans, these two are like neck and neck to me, honestly. But Invincible just had that. To me, it just gets the edge for me because of its storytelling. I think if X-Men was more, I guess, not serialized and more like a continued story, then maybe it can get the edge. But for right now, I'm going to give Invincible season 2. Number 2 for me is going to be The Brother's Son. I was debating and putting this at number 1, really, but this show entertained me. I had the most fun with this show out of the entire year. So mad it got canceled, but this is the show with Michelle Yeoh, an amazing show. And number 1 is Shogun. Now, even though I kind of enjoy Brother Son more from an entertainment level, I cannot doubt what Shogun did in terms of just everything else. It's one of the most technical achievements I've ever seen in on the TV screen ever. And it has some great performances that have stuck with me. Great themes that played out. This is one of the shows that are going to stand the test of time for sure. So yeah, that's my 10 through 1.
Okay. So I have 7 shows. I've also seen 15. So if I only have 7 on the good list, guess where the rest of them are, bitch. All right, number
no.
7. Number 7 is the Vince Staples show. A show that I know maybe this might be like one of the only shows ever where I feel like I'm the one that enjoys it, and the masses are kind of just like, it was mid. But whatever. I enjoyed this for what it was. Obviously, it didn't have the budget, but it seemed like he had enough creative control to tell the story that he wanted to tell. And after watching the show, I'm actually like a Vince Staples fan now. I watched a whole bunch of the interviews that he did for promoting the show. I was like, this dude seems super genuine, seems super real. He doesn't seem like he's giving these bullshit press answers. I like this guy. So yeah, and like I said, the show itself was good enough to me to where I was able to actually enjoy it. I think it was only like 5, 6 episodes, something like that. Real quick and easy watch. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for season 2, which is coming out. Number 6 is Quiet on the Set. A show that took the internet by storm, rightfully so, about the Nickelodeon executives that were in charge in the early to late 90s, early 2000s. That just told these horrifying stories about what actually went down with some of these child stars, namely Drake Bell and everything that happened to him. But it was just a really, really interesting documentary. I highly recommend anybody that watch it, especially if you're a millennial and you grew up in that time. You got to watch Quiet on the Set. I believe it's on Hulu or HBO Max, one of them. I can't remember. Number 5, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, the finale for Rick and Michonne, Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrero both return. And even though this felt more of the same in terms of what The Walking Dead has just become, it was still great having them back because the crux of the show has always been the characters. And when Rick left in season 9 and then Michonne left in season 10, it was just tough to get through the rest of this. And it was only one extra season after that, by the way. It was just tough to get through it without them. So having them back and having some type of finality to their story was great. It was heartwarming. It was enough to satisfy me as a Walking Dead fan, but I still want fucking more, bitch. Number 4, Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc. Man, beginning, middle, and end, I was super entertaining, but probably one of the best finales of the show, and which is crazy to think because there's been so many great moments in Demon Slayer, but the finale of everybody falling into the Infinity Castle, everybody running up on Muzan, and you just know that it's about to fucking go down with every single character. Again, guys, I read the manga. I'm being very careful with what I say. But watch the new trilogy that's coming out for this Infinity Castle arc. Is going to be amazing. Watch the trilogy in theaters. You're going to enjoy it. Number 3, Invincible, season 2. I obviously loved this season. I didn't love it as much as you, but I mean, shit, it's number 3, so maybe I did. But this is still a really good. Even though they tried to kill off the hype for it by taking like a fucking 3-month hiatus. Um, to me, the crux of the show is still and forever going to be the Viltrumite plot. So that's when it's at its best. And I think the reason why it's so low, number 3, is just because at times I felt like they deviated from that a little too much. But anyway, I mean, it's still amazing. The voice acting is still amazing. The animation, I mean, come on, yeah. Number 2 is Shogun. Man, like it's so funny. Like sometimes you just know. Like sometimes you see the trailer for something, you're like, that's gonna be fucking amazing. Like I don't need to see anything else. Like that's gonna be great. And I mean, this is probably the best cinematic experience I've had on fucking television since Game of Thrones, which is saying something. So yeah, this is just great in every single area. But the best show that I've seen this first half of the year, man, is X-Men '97, bro. I had no expectations for this. Like, to be completely honest, animation hasn't been done like this since like the season 1 and 2 of Young Justice in 2010, 2011. Like, I don't think that X-Men '97 gets enough credit for just how fucking insanely good it was. From the animation team to the voice acting to the plot elements that were thrown in there to some of the all you little nerds talking about, this is gonna be this and this is gonna be that. Yeah, you know, like it gave everybody something. And I absolutely loved it, man. X-Men '97 is the best show I've seen this year.
Shout out Bo DeMaio. All right. Yes. So Julien, Freaky League. Please give me your top 5 worst movies of the year so far. Well, up until the halfway point.
Yeah, up until this halfway point. Whew, okay. All right. I have an honorable mention.
And guys, also, by the way, our cutoff is July 1st, just so you guys know, because that's like the half of the year. So go ahead.
Yeah. A Quiet Place, day 1. I was just, man, we talked about it in the last news spot. I was just disappointed. This isn't a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's just blah, though, ultimately. And I said it during the news spot, but like I literally fell asleep. I woke up a few seconds later, but I was just like, it was one of those. I was like, oh shit! Like I don't know that I've ever done that in the theater ever. Seriously, like, but you know, here we go. A Quiet Place, day 1. Number 5 is The Book of Clarence. Another one where I should have just went to sleep. I stayed for like an hour and a half, and I just didn't care to figure out where the rest of it was going. I actually ended up walking out of this. I just was not having any fun. And you guys know I need my fun, so. So I had to get the fuck up out of there.
You're crazy.
Number 4 is The Watchers. Oh God, man, just a big fucking disappointment for me. Another trailer where honestly, like it kind of fooled me into thinking that it might be something, especially with that Shyamalan tag, even though it's his daughter or whatever. It was him, bitch. And you could fucking tell as you kept watching, because he was like, oh no, it's not over yet. This is where we're gonna get him, and then they don't. Number 3 is the American Society of Magical Negroes. Just another disappointment, man. It's unfortunate because again, once I saw the trailer, I was like, wait a minute, like clearly there's something more going on here. Like there's no way that this is it, and then it was. So yeah. Number 2 is fucking Abigail. Holy shit, this movie was so ass. This movie was ass. Like there's actually nothing.
You didn't have fun with this, at least?
No. There's nothing good or redeemable about this movie. This movie should not have been made. This was bad with a stacked cast, might I add. Well, stacked to me, but like, why? Why would they do this? Number 1, Madam Web, you fucking bitch. Sony, how fucking dare you? Jesus Christ, Sony. I can't believe that they were able to do this.
You saw it twice too, by the way.
I've seen it twice, by the way. I was just about to say that. I saw it opening night in theaters like a dumbass. And then I saw it on Netflix, and they released it on Netflix. And I was just cracking up throughout the entirety of it. And still to this day, one of the best scenes of the year is that suit reveal at the end. Because it was just like, what? Wait, what? How did she get struck deaf, blind, and dumb, and she's in a wheelchair from falling into some water? But I digress. Those are the worst movies I've seen this year, Monty. Please give me your list.
Okay. Unlike you, I don't have any movies on this list that I feel indifferent about or that are okay. These are all bad movies. My
Okay.
honorable mention is Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part Two. It really pains
Uh-oh.
me because Zack Snyder one of my favorite directors, or at least he was. But these Rebel Moon movies, I don't get it. Anyway, number five. Number five is The Kitchen. This is Daniel Kaluuya's directorial debut, Netflix original release. If you think Supercell is bad, oh my God, wait till you see this. It's set in the UK and in the hood, and it. I see the potential for what he was trying to do there, but just a bland mess of a film. Number four is Tyler Perry's Mea Culpa.
Mm.
Now, I will say this: I was entertained at times just because of the Tyler Perryisms throughout the film, but
Hmm.
at the end of the day, what really took it over the edge was that third act was just incomprehensible. Like, what are we like? What? Okay, yeah, that happened. Number three, Madam Web, Sony. We know how I feel about Sony. Long time listeners of the pod. It's no need to really expound. Number two is The Underdogs. This is the Snoop Dogg film. I can't remember which streaming platform it was released on, but
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. I was actually kind of excited for this because we just don't get a lot of movies like this. I like to have fun with little silly, goofy movies, but um, this just had not one redeeming quality. Well, there is one which we will have in the baddest bitches category. And number one for me is Night Swim, a
Oh.
January release. If I've ever seen one,
Mm.
guys, I kid you not. The plot of this movie is: what if there was a pool in our backyard that was haunted, and I went to go see it like a dumbass in January, and I paid the price. Okay.
Fucking paid the
Uh,
price.
I paid the price. Now, five worst shows. Let's keep this negative train going.
I love it.
You guys know I love negativity. Number five is a show that I can't say is bad, to be honest. So honestly,
Okay.
out of these five shows, there's two that are bad. Three of them.
Okay.
Well, there's one that's bad actually. Four of them are just. Ugh.
Mm.
Five is Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. This is the Godzilla show, which it started in December, I believe, but it ended in 2024. So that's why I'm counting it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Really interesting stuff there with Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell both playing, the same characters set 50 years apart, real life father and son. Wyatt Russell also in Night Swim, by the way, so he's just not having the best year so far. But yeah, just they barely show Godzilla. Anytime that they did show him, that's when I got any kind of form of excitement. Anna Sawai, I literally thought she was a bad actress until I saw Shogun, just because of this show. Uh, Number four is Knuckles.
This shows.
um, Fucking Knuckles, man.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, Wade. Wade featuring Knuckles should
Yeah.
be the real title of the show.
Sure.
Anytime Knuckles is on screen, hey, I was having a blast. I was having fun, as Julian likes to
Uh,
say.
yeah.
And then Wade would come, and then it would just dilute everything. Number three is the Vince Staples show. Unfortunately, I didn't love it as much as Julian did. It's not a bad show. I just think it was too much of a carbon copy of Atlanta, which I already stated in my Vince Staples show review. I do think in season two, I think there will be some course correction there. I think Vince Staples will be a better actor. I think they'll lean more into what makes him special. And I just think that this show has a chance. I really do. I think this show has a real chance to be better. Number two for me is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action. This show, man, like first of all, Avatar: The Last Airbender is my favorite cartoon animated show of all time, and so there's obviously a level of expectation going into a show like this, and there just wasn't that much redeeming qualities here for me. And number one is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. God damn that! This is the show that's actually bad out of all on this list. This is actually a bad show to me. Um, Actually horrible, actually. And so I know this hurts Julian because I know he's a big Percy Jackson fan in terms of the books. But this did nothing for me to make me want to go back and read the books. Logan Lerman is my Percy Jackson, goddammit. So please go
Oh my
ahead.
God.
Brandon T. Jackson's my Grover.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Number five, is Supercell. Again,
Ah,
this is just one of those times where everybody loves something and I don't. Speaking of everybody loving something, that new Tyler Perry movie, y'all can get the fuck out of here. That shit was ass, and I can't wait to discuss that bullshit.
I can't wait to discuss it
Uh,
with you too. Can't wait.
anyway, number five is Supercell. I just didn't love this, guys. I just didn't. There were just too many things that bugged me about it. And ultimately, yeah, this is. I wanted to give it a D for bad, but it really isn't bad. So I gave it a C. Number four is Echo. Holy shit, this was terrible. I don't think.
So 4 through 1 is like actually bad shows to you. Like you think
Yes,
Echo's actually a bad show?
yes, these are all bad shows. Like bad.
Oh
I
my.
should not have watched them. I should have just TikToked anything that was interesting about it. Yes, bad. Number four is Echo. if Vincent D'Onofrio was not on the screen, I did not care about this show. And unfortunately, he was only on the screen for maybe 15 total minutes of runtime out of this, 4-hour runtime. So, yay me. I'm just gonna move on. Number 3 is Knuckles. Holy shit! They tried they tried to get us with that promo.
They didn't try. They succeeded. We watched that shit.
Yeah, we watched it. They fucking got us. You're right. Yeah, this was ass for all the reasons you listed. I can't believe that I actually finished this. I should have just stopped watching it, but I fooled myself into thinking that there's no way that they're actually doing this and that, Idris Elba is going to have his moment. Anyway, number 2 is Avatar, the Netflix Avatar. I don't get what people don't get about this. This show is bad. Like this is bad. Like all around. Like, don't get me wrong. There are certain things that were like, okay, I like that idea, but ultimately, from acting, from the effects, to the action, to the plot thread that they chose to go with, it's bad. Sorry. And number 1 is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is it's so funny. Like one of my tweets low key went viral. Like I was just like, this show is
Really?
bad. Like nothing can save it. Like it got like 100 likes. I was just like, damn. Like niggas hate this show too. Okay, finally. Like agree with me. Yes, this shit sucks. It stinks. Nigger Beth.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Oh, wow.
The fucking
Nigger Beth.
the fucking trio has no chemistry.
No chemistry.
This like it felt like nothing happened in every single episode, but there was something that was going on. I promise. It's just that the directors, the writers, the actors involved, they just couldn't put it together, bro. The showrunner did leave after season 1, but then the showrunner.
But guess who they got?
The showrunner from the Avatar is coming. So look. Maybe just a change of scenery is all it needs, bro. That's
From a D to an F, maybe. I mean, from F to a D.
I mean,
Okay.
that's improvement.
That's improvement.
We'll see. But Jesus.
Okay.
Talk about
and then they'll get the showrunner from Knuckles will come season 3. And
Jesus.
All right. Julien, give me your top 10 movie performances. I'm interested to hear this.
Yeah, so I have 5.
Okay.
I did not have 10. So as we just talked about A Quiet Place, day 1, I do think that one of the redeeming qualities about the film was Lupita Nyong'o. Excuse me. I thought she was great in this. But ultimately, the movie's just not good. Anyway, number 4, Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. As playing the lead. I think he deserves one leading roles. Honestly, I think he's like really, really 100%. Good.
100%.
Especially in this, man. Just the way that he can go from ridiculousness to seriousness. He's got like a great voice. He's got like a great presence and everything. I think Jeffrey Wright.
He's the Watcher. He's the Watcher in What If.
Yeah, I think he could be doing more. Number 3, Timothée Chalamet, Dune Part 2. It's so funny, like Timothée Chalamet has been Hollywood's darling for like 5 years before this. But I didn't really like him. I mean, it's not that I disliked him, but like I can't say that I was like a fan or like I got it until I saw him in this, and I was just like,
what had you seen him in though prior? Well, I'm just curious, like, what'd you see him in?
I've seen him in a few things, but
okay, if you can't name him, just
to name them, yeah. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, regardless, the point is like this movie won me over to. I'm like, okay, like he's fucking him. Like I see it now. I see star potential in this kid. Well, I mean, not potential. I mean, he's here. And also in Wonka, he's great. Number 2 is Jason Statham. I mean, in The Beekeeper. You guys can say what you want. Yep.
Okay.
You guys can say what you want about Jason Statham. He is the same character in every single movie, and I love him for it. I go to the theaters to see Jason Statham be Jason Statham, and he never lets me down. And number 1, may thy knife chip and shatter. My boy Austin
Austin Butler?
Butler.
Oh,
Austin
okay.
Butler in Dune Part 2, man. Yeah, he was absolutely amazing. I can't wait for Part 3, even though he's not gonna be in it. But yeah, Doom Part 2, Austin Butler, Fade Rotha. He was great.
Yep. Ferrata. All right. My 10 movie performances at number 10. I have Alicia Ware, who played Abigail in Abigail movie.
Hmm.
Whether you hated the movie or liked it, I think you even said it in your review. You admitted that she was absolutely amazing, and I
I'm pretty
bought the
sure I
fact
didn't say that.
you did. I'll pull the tape, bitch.
Pull it, pull it.
I bought the fact that she was a 300-year-old vampire. You know, she was only a little girl. So hey, gets points from me. Number 9 is Sydney Sweeney in Immaculate. This is another person that you aren't the biggest fan of, but I thought she did an amazing job in this movie. There's a scene towards the end, which I think we'll talk about later on, but she really is becoming a pretty good scream queen, should I say. Number 8 for me is Jodie Comer in The Bike Riders. She's the female lead. She plays Austin Butler's girlfriend or wife or whatever. She's absolutely amazing in this movie. Got a great Midwestern accent. Number 7 for me is going to be Lupita Nyong'o, like you said, in a Quiet Place Day One. One of the only redeeming qualities. Now, the cat should honestly be on this list too, because that cat did amazing. Number 6 for me is going to be Justice Smith in American Society of the Magical Negroes. Whether you feel about the movie or not, it's the performance, Julian. He did an amazing performance. There's this monologue he has towards the end when he's on that stage, which was just it gave me chills. It was a really great performance there. Number 5 is going to be Blake Cameron James in this movie called We Grown Now. This is another kid performance, which I think he did knocks it out of the park. Number 4 for me is Josh O'Connor in the Challengers film. He's part of the love triangle with Zendaya. Absolute scene stealer. Never seen him before or anything else, but I'll be looking forward to what he does next. Number 3 for me is going to be where are we? June Squibb in Thelma. This is a 94-year-old actress, guys, who had her first starring role at 94 years old, which is just, I mean, come on now. A testament to really just keep going in whatever you're doing. And she knocked it out of the park. All of her experiences culminated into this performance. She was just absolutely great. Number 2 is Kingsley Ben-Adir in the Bob Marley movie, Bob Marley One Love as Bob Marley. He wasn't the biggest fan of that movie, to be honest, but he was just absolutely amazing as Bob Marley. He's been on my radar for a while now, ever since he played Malcolm X in the One Night in Miami film. He was great as Gravik and Secret Invasion, another show that's not great, but he was amazing in it. And number 1 for me is Tom Hardy in The Bike Riders. It's just Tom Hardy being Tom Hardy, so not much to add there. Now I'll do my top 10 TV show performances. At number 10, I have Idris Elba as Knuckles. This is only a voice acting role, but hey, like I said, he's the best in a show that's actively bad. He's the best part. You can tell he's having fun in that studio booth, man, just having a great time bringing his character to life. Can't wait to see him return in Sonic 3. Number 9, I have the only redeeming quality of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord Ozai. He was a great live action Ozai. When he was on the show, he kind of brought that feel and that gravitas to the show that I think the show should have had consistently. So I thought he was really great in that. Number 8, Ella Purnell as Lucy in the show Fallout. She's the main character. Never heard of her before either. I thought she did amazing in the show. Definitely a great lead. I wanted to root for the entire time. Number 7, Walton Goggins as the Ghoul in Fallout. Walton Goggins is an actor that's been underrated for years and years and years, and I'm so glad he's starting to get some recognition. But he's always great in anything that he's in. He was great as a Ghoul as well. Number 6, Michelle Yeoh, the brother's son. Michelle Yeoh, another consistent actress in everything that she's in as well. So, like I said, it's so sad that this show has been canceled on Netflix, guys. Let's please get a petition or something. Let's get it back up. It's so great. Number 5, I have Cosmo Jarvis, Anjan Sama from Shogun. Now, guys, you will see a lot of Shogun actors in my top 5 because the performances are just that good. But I have Anjan Sama, and he was really good as Theodore. He won me over because I was so against his character even being in the show to begin with. Number 4 is Donald Glover, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the TV series. The scene that really kind of pushed it over the top for me was, if you watch the show, that argument when he has in the jungle with his wife is just so real. Number 3 for me is going to be Justin Chien, who plays Charles and Brother's son, an actor I hadn't heard of before. I said it on the pod. I think I'm convinced this guy will be a superstar once given the right role. He is one role away, as I love to say, from being a household name. He's just absolutely amazing. Number 2, Anna Sawai, Shogun. She played Lady Mariko, amazing, amazing performance. So much subtlety in her performance. Every performance doesn't have to be big and boastful, and it can be quiet and subdued. And I believed everything just through her face. And number one for me is Hiroyuki Sanada once again from Shogun. We got 3 Shogun entries as Lord Toranaga. Another one that's just been overdue, man, for his success and his fame and his talents have just been in Hollywood for years, and I'm so glad he's getting recognition as well. So that's my top 10 TV show performances.
All right, man. Number 7, I have Cosmo Jarvis from Shogun. Again, like you, man, a character who I didn't even want in this series. I was like, I don't want this fucking Great White Hope. I don't want this white savior in this show. I'm sick of it. Not only did he win me over, but by the time the show was over, I was like, I'm cool. Like if we get a show just about him, honestly, like I'm cool. Like
this time he goes to Africa.
yeah. I wonder what he's gonna do there. Number 6. Number 6 is Denai Guerrera from The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Like I stated earlier, man, it's just great to have them back. It's so interesting her going back to TV because I view her as a movie star now, even though she got her start on The Walking Dead. I mean, in my eyes anyway, I'm sure she's done things before, but the Walking Dead kind of made her to an extent. So the fact that she came back and still killed it, she was still Michonne. Like she stepped right back into it. It was instantly believable. I was like, yep, that's Michonne again. Like, so shout out to her, man. She was absolutely awesome. And to that vein, number 5 is Andrew Lincoln. I think, man, like, I don't think he gets enough credit for how perfectly he was casted as Rick, and just how much he had to carry this goddamn show for fucking 10 years. He took a 2 or 3 year hiatus, came back, and like the show was instantly his again. Like it was instantly the Rick show. And I was just like, thank you, God. Like, I missed you, bro. Like, I needed you on my screen. Like, I missed you every Sunday at 9:00. Like, you're awesome. Talk about somebody with star potential. Like, I thought the same thing about John Bernthal. They killed him off, and he instantly became a star. I don't know why Andrew Lincoln isn't getting more. I mean, maybe because he lives in the UK, he just doesn't want to deal with it. He's rich enough, sure. He just doesn't care. I don't know. But I think Andrew Lincoln could easily, like, lead a franchise, could be like he could do anything in Hollywood if he wanted, in my opinion. I think he's that fucking good. Number 4, it's voice actor Natsuki Hane, who's the voice actor for Tanjiro in the Demon Slayer anime. Obviously he's the lead, so he has the most to do, but as a voice actor, it's so hard to convey a great performance because all you have is your voice, obviously. And I say this often because I feel like people forget that regular actors have the advantage. Like, we get to see them emote. Like they don't have to say anything to give a fantastic performance. But a voice actor, that's literally all they have. And to say that this dude has made me laugh, cry, cheer to the top of my lungs, like it's because of the performance that he puts in. So especially in this season. So I just wanted to give him some credit. Number 3 is Anna Sawai. God damn, Lady Mariko. She was absolutely fantastic in this show, man. They get to Steph Curry, boy. She was absolutely fantastic in this series, man. The best parts of the show are when it's just her and the Anjin, and they're just talking back and forth, or when she's translating and she's like, the Anjin says da 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 da, and he's like, bitch, I didn't say that. Like, I love it, man. I love it. Number 2 is Daniel Day Kim, Spyro Ozai. I hated this show so much that when I saw Daniel Day Kim, I was like, thank you, something, please. Like, something to be excited about this goddamn show. He was absolutely amazing, man. He's like 62, I think. And
that bone structure, immaculate, isn't it?
Yeah, like this thing is gorgeous. Like, what the heck? Like, I was like, okay, yeah, you're Fire Lord Ozai. Like, yes, like, please save us from this bullshit mediocre show that we're watching. And number 1 is Hiroyuki Sanada, a guy that I've been a fan of for fucking 20 plus years, man. I love that he's getting this huge break, I feel like, recently in Hollywood. And yeah, I mean, it is kind of racist that he's been nothing but really like Japanese roles, but whatever. He kills it every single time. So, and he was the main reason that Shogun was like he was the voice for having Japanese actors, Japanese crew, being as true to that show as you can in Shogun. So Hiroyuki Sanada deserves a lot of credit for that. So yeah, he's my number one best performance I've seen this year.
Bro, the actors in Shogun just as an ensemble were so good at like
they were.
If they were the top 20, they'd be like in 11 through fucking 20. Like they were just so good.
Yeah.
Anyway,